We'll get them back.
This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Silly Talk. Ministry of
Silly Talk.
This is the ministry.
This is the Ministry of
Silly Talk. This is the ministry of
Silly Talk.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's stupid podcast. And remember, his head is full of doo-doo, so don't listen to anything he says.
That's very funny.
And come on back. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Ministry of Silly Talk podcast. I'm Graham, and he is employed.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And joined always as with Employee of the Month, Josh.
There we go.
Just trying to cram that in there. Go ahead.
All right, like, comment, subscribe on all apps, everything, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. Really helps a lot. Interact.
Yeah.
Push it into the algorithm.
Yeah, and people have been participating. We certainly appreciate that. There are many other things boiling under the surface that require me to fulfill obligations I've made for myself that haven't yet happened. So patreon.com/OneGramArmy podcast. Do that if you like. Although ko-fi.com/OneGramArmy presents, you can always be like, this is funny enough to give these guys a couple bucks.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So you can do that if you like. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to enjoy all the free content we're creating here at the Ministry of Silly Talk. There is one last, if not the most important piece of business. Josh, hit him with it.
It's called the hotline. It's 847-665-9238. 847-665-9238. Really would like a text call.
Yeah.
Any kind of interaction on there with an actual question, maybe some advice, a story.
Whatever you got
Whatever
going
you
on,
got.
we're willing to listen.
We're down.
And if you don't have anything, like I've said several times, give that number to other people.
Yeah, somebody's got something.
Yeah, tell them it's your number. Listen, I know we have a lot of really hot young female
I know.
listeners.
I know
mean,
most
they
of
can't
our-
get enough of this.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I've seen our views, and they're true to roof.
Yeah. But no, we definitely, know that you're out there, and we know you're listening. So if you want, when people are bothering you, or even if they're not, give them this number and tell them it's your number.
Boom.
To be honest, I don't know that hot people do that, young people do that anymore. I don't know if phone numbers are really even a
It's
thing.
really hard to give the fake phone number now because you can instantly check.
You know,
Or I'll just let me text you. You know what I mean? That's how they do it, I guess.
I don't know what they're doing out there.
I have
I
no
can't
idea.
find anywhere.
Hey, hold on.
We're at 5 minutes. 3:07. Sorry. I am going to have to edit that. I forgot. I literally was like, oh, good, Josh isn't going to mess this up because he doesn't have his computer. And then I was like, couldn't help myself.
It's just natural.
Yeah, I really wish I had the other piece of paper from last week because I think 3:07 was right when we broke the rule anyway last time. I think it was almost to the moment. One of us just was like, I lost it.
Oh, yeah, we got several views. Boom. Not anymore.
Oh, man. But so anyway, yeah, the hotline, very important. And we, appreciate you in advance for figuring out a way to get people on there for us.
Yes, and 847-665-9238.
847-665-9238. You were telling me a story on the front porch that, which, not to gently tap the fourth wall here, but that's sort of the green room for this project is my front porch. And boy, you guys miss a lot out there.
Yeah, we really do spill a lot on that front porch.
That's really the best things sometimes happen out there and don't come in here.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of them couldn't
Yeah.
be translated to YouTube properly, I guess.
No, yeah, they're not necessarily, if this isn't your job, friendly.
Yeah. If you're not like me or him, you may get offended. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know. Well, and it just,
we sometimes try to offend each other, which is hard, so we're going at it out there.
But good stuff comes from out there too. And I don't mean to try to just dead start pull cord this story, but you were telling me.
No, what I was telling you was that I worked in restaurants most of my life, and what we were talking, we had beginning to talk about the show. Are You in the Shadows?
Oh yeah, what we do in the shadows, the energy vampire.
We were talking
people.
about the energy vampire guy, and we were just discussing how we've all worked with those individuals.
Oh yeah,
who are just a nightmare, and you can't really pinpoint. They're not mean but they're just annoying to the point of
Yeah, we've all worked with those people.
When you work in a restaurant, every single restaurant, especially chain restaurants, you're going to have a lady who's around her 50s, who works day shift, who's been working there for a long time, who's been given some fake managerial powers by the managers to do their menial task that they don't want to do.
Right. And just sort of out of like, okay, you've been
we'll give
here
you
a long time.
So you think you're somebody.
Raise your microphone up vertically. There you go. Perfect.
And,
Thank
you know,
sir.
I was young at the time, late every shift.
Yeah.
Smoked extra cigarettes. Uniform was never there.
Yeah. We've never come on this podcast and claimed to have ever been phenomenal employees.
No.
Get the jobs done.
Yeah, that's about it. And that's a sometimes thing.
Yeah, even in the military, I wasn't big on like the military part of it.
Showing up in a uniform was not my deal. So anyway, she hated me because of my lackadaisical attitude, and I've also made killer money, so I would make 3 times the money she would make.
Yeah.
And she would see that, and it would just...
You had created a scenario where this person wasn't a fan of yours,
Yes.
and they were making it real obvious that they were quite high strung about the situation. And
Yeah.
I want to get to what you did.
Okay, so, and I worked with this lady 5 days a week, all the time. Mm-hmm. So we had a real cool relationship, as you could see.
Yeah.
So one day, me and a friend were at a thrift store, and I happened to see a box of Employee of the Month. You know those old buttons from like the 80s or 90s with the pin on the back, circle?
Yeah, it just slips in your shirt there.
There were maybe 12 or 15 of them in there, all different colors, all different sizes.
And they all said
Employee of the Month.
Nice.
And the one that really got my attention was about this bigger.
Yeah, nice.
So my next shift, I
the
walk
real
in,
like vote for me one.
huge,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I walk in and I put that bad boy on my chest. At the time, I'm about 250.
Yeah.
And I had to wear a big red. So I look like the Kool-Aid man with a big, huge Employee of the Month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sweating already as I walk in. You know, 15 minutes later or whatever.
You get to come in late when you're employee of the month.
Of course. Hey, I've earned it. I got this badge. You know? So I sashay in and I see her, and I'm just going about my work. I'm not, because I got to play it cool, And all the other people who work with me know I'm an idiot. They're not even... They don't care. They're not paying attention. They just think I'm being dumb.
Anybody who knows you well enough will be like, I'm not taking that bait.
Yeah.
I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's on today. I don't know what he's doing.
He's fucking with me. I'm
not participating.
Well, I see her see me, and the look, might as well have seen a ghost. She hits that corner, and I could hear her little feet going to tell Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, how in the world is Josh Employee of the Month? Now, listeners, I want you to understand, this establishment that I worked at does not now, did not then, and in no time between has ever had an Employee of the Month.
Right.
She's worked there for 20 years.
She should know this.
She should know.
Yeah.
And I think she's in all the manager meetings, so if they would have come up with that, she'd have heard about it.
Right.
No.
And started campaigning immediately.
Against me. Yeah. Well, so she's in Jeff's ear, so he comes to me. Now, granted, he has no idea that I have an entire box in the truck.
Right.
Neither does she. So he comes up and he's like, man, just will you do me a favor and take it off?
Yeah.
So she'll leave me alone. I mean, I don't care. I think it's funny, but who cares? Like, sure.
Okay.
Jeff, you know what? I got
Here, you can have this
no,
one.
he confiscates it. He's like, because I'm like 22. I'm an idiot, and he knows. So he's got. It's like your mom.
Yeah.
He's got to take it away because I'm gonna.
Yeah. You're going to put it back on.
So I give him the big one. I slide out to the car, grab me a little one, pop it right back on. Come back in, she loses it.
Yeah.
Jeff.
My most favorite part of that though was that you could use that in almost any. You could work with 1 or 2 other people,
And that would still hit.
and it would still hit on somebody at some level, even somebody who was like, "I'm not taking that bait." If it sat there long enough,
dude,
just marinating in the bowels of your
me
mind.
and my wife work together every day. We ride in the truck together. We
You
go
own
to people's
the business
homes
together.
We go to people's. We're the same level, right?
Yeah.
Like she is I'm no more important to her. She no more.
Yeah.
We're 50-50.
Yeah, it's
But-
you're running a business with 2 people.
Yeah. If I were to wear, and see, she wouldn't even blink at it first.
Right.
But the thing is, after about a couple weeks, of everyone who saw us thinking that I was the employee of the month and she wasn't.
It's the little drips of water.
It's the waterboard effect.
It's just those little drips of
You
water.
just employee month somebody to death. You know.
Yeah,
What I mean?
it's just every day seeing it. You guys live together.
Well, then I can start sending her emails and shit.
Yeah, and put it in your signature. Employee of the month, 6 months running. Longest employee of the month streak in the history of the
We've been
company.
open for 4 years. 48 months in a row. Just get like a headshot made. 48 months and put it on the refrigerator.
Keep putting them up every month. Take up a whole wall. Just pictures of you that say employee of the month wearing a tie with a thumb. And it's the exact same picture every month. Because, she'd be like, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. You get 6 months into that.
Oh, boy.
You get a few weeks into her having to see the shirt every day. You go out and she's like, oh, finally, he's not wearing the shirt. You get in the truck and start backing out of the driveway and be like, oh, crap, I forgot to put my shirt on. And they go back in the house, put your employee of the month
Just
shirt
start
on.
ordering them from Amazon.
Yeah.
Or like Etsy, but like different colors and different fonts. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
of course. No, you need many of them on deck.
Only get employee of the month hats. And, oh, man.
But I'm telling you that it's it's a phenomenal bit, and I encourage people to do that in the world.
Yeah, please,
get
try
out
that.
there. Because I thought about doing that at work years ago, like putting like a parking sign in one of the parking lots with some ridiculous title on it. But employee of the month would be perfect. It would be phenomenal. Like,
because there's gonna
and
be
just park there.
Well, yeah, of course. And there's
Yeah.
gonna be some people that see it, and they're gonna,
Yeah.
they're not gonna because you're not like a dipshit anymore. You're
Yeah.
a grown adult, so people
Yeah.
go, oh, Graham,
Well,
good. But you know, what I mean?
Yeah. No. I go.
It wouldn't have been like a shock to be
Yeah.
like, oh no, Graham is a employee of the month.
Right.
But then next month, damn, 2 months.
Dang, 2
3
months, huh?
Now, see, what would be hilarious?
And then somebody starts going, well, see, I feel like...
What if you took the sign and just put it behind your car, no matter what spot you're in?
Yeah.
So
No,
you don't
yeah.
get the employee of the month spot, so no one can bitch.
Yeah.
It's just a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not taking
You can't
anybody else's
complain
spot.
about it.
You can't complain about it. It's just a bit.
Yeah. But just, it's always there. Every time I
You have a
park,
company
I
car,
take,
though. You
and
can-
I need one with the metal on the, let's not talk too much about my job,
Okay,
but need the one with like the metal on the bottom and a big weight. So every time I park, I take it out of the trunk and I'm like, dragging it to the front of the car.
You get one of those like Papa John signs instead of Papa John, it says employee of the month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like when you get to work, you turn it on. Like when you're going to different.
But I encourage everyone out there to start doing this, and we'd love to hear about it at 847-665-9238. Don't forget to send photos.
Yes.
It just sounds like so much fun to
It
do
is.
to people.
It really was.
And I just think that it hasn't been exploited enough. I think you
And
really struck
this is
gold
even,
there.
This is even a bit that you could do where you could just go to a place like a Lowe's
Yeah.
and pop, you could probably find a Lowe's vest
Yeah.
at the Goodwill or something, and then you go on the Lowe's. You don't do nothing.
Oh,
Don't,
dude, they covet those things.
but
Oh, yeah.
you don't interact with the customer. You don't.
No,
do
no.
nothing weird. You just wear that badge and walk around.
Well, but what you could get is a T-shirt for anywhere.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
just says Home Depot's #1 employee, 10 years straight.
Yeah.
National #1,
Yeah.
and then walk in there and act like you're running the place.
Yeah.
Guys, as you can see,
You wear jeans, steel-toe boots,
Tucked
jeans,
in.
tuck that thing in.
Tuck it in.
You got to tuck it in. You got
tuck
to
it
exceed authority.
Yes.
The authority that
you got to have a crisp Carhartt hat with a good roll
the,
to
the
it.
authority you've derived from a thrift shop button or
Yes.
a T-shirt you had made online.
Dude, me and her had a running joke during the pandemic. You remember the pandemic? Everything was no contact.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like we had a joke like, hey, because we had just moved here and we needed a couch. I was like, I'll just go to the furniture store and hold up a Walgreens receipt.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the leather couch back there. And she's like, yeah, they'll never believe you. You're like an idiot. I said, just go get me a Harvard T-shirt. Look, obviously, I'm trustworthy. I went to Harvard.
Yeah. Shave your face.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
know,
Yeah.
like maybe a haircut.
But there's a 0% chance this bit works if you aren't tucking that shirt in.
No.
You got to tuck that
No,
shirt
you gotta tuck
in.
that shirt
Yeah,
in.
bring the authority. Belt, check your gig line, jeans, work boots.
maybe even a folder or a clipboard or
Yeah, notepad, even a smaller
a yellow.
one.
No, like the construction guy yellow.
Yeah. No, high vis vest really sends it.
You're going too far with the high vis. You don't need a high vis in the
Home Depot.
In the Home Depot.
That's true.
And if you're employee of the month 10 years in a row at the Home Depot, you're beyond high vis work.
Right. People see you.
You're
coming.
a clipboard guy.
Yeah.
You're not a high vis guy.
No. People see you coming.
Yeah. You don't need to wear a special vest.
Let's all look real busy. Here comes.
Yeah. Like
it doesn't even say Home Depot manager. It's just like your employee of the month.
Well, no, it doesn't say Home Depot on it. It's just orange and black letters. Just walking around.
Employee of the month. Employee of the month 2014 to 2024, undefeated. I really like the idea of pictures of yourself on it, though.
Oh, like if you could if the back of it was just, and like you do like Photoshop it with just different hairstyles. And like the,
over and over again.
Your mom may not have it. My mom has a picture that has like the headshots from every grade from me and my brothers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like something dumb like that,
But it's just
so like you're aging a little bit,
That is so. Yeah, no, that definitely has legs.
It has legs. You ever been to the Waffle House and seen the guy with the $1 million club or whatever shirt?
Yeah, I've seen those. That's really I don't want to bring things down. We'll try.
It's more of a depressing thing,
but it's really a bummer to be like, dang man, this dude sold $1 million worth of food, and I guarantee you, what they gave him was that T-shirt.
Yeah, and $12 an hour.
Right.
Yeah,
they're not like money.
No,
they weren't like, hey man, you hung in there, you made us $1 million.
Yeah, because
like eggs and bread.
You
and
made
potatoes.
us $900,000.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, on eggs, bread, potatoes, your salary.
Yeah,
the
light bill.
Yeah, all in, we made $999,000
off of you.
Yeah, exactly. But you would give them say it like it's like
no, but that's what I mean. But I still
they had $15,000 in it for that guy, like something.
Oh man, but that's the funniest part of it is really the fact that anyone would be upset that someone else was employee of the month somewhere like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like I want to be an employee of the month at Wolf of Wall Street because I'm gonna get $100 million bonus, but
right
at the Home Depot,
and probably there they didn't give you a pin that said employee of the month.
Maybe it was a Rolex. I don't know. Yeah. Engraved employee of the month on the back.
Yeah, no, it's really got my brain swimming on bringing this into my life a little bit.
Well, I always wanted to do this another bit. Restaurant fake stuff is my favorite.
Fake accolades of any kind.
Fake accolade is great. Also, just fake employee.
Yeah,
because in the restaurant industry, one thing you learn if you go to a busy place and you can replicate their uniform, if they wear just like a lot of nice places wear like a black button up and black pants.
Yeah. Dude, how hard could that be?
Dude, you slide in there Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
When they've got an hour wait and all the tables are full and everybody's running around, I promise you could pick up some tables.
Oh, yeah, probably. Just roll up on them.
Just roll up. Hey, man, Susie told me to get this. I'll take care of it for you. I'll give you the money. I'm here to help.
Yeah. And just wait a table for your own yeah, just do it straight.
Be straight up. Don't take the tip.
Straight.
Don't steal.
No.
Be cool about it. Yeah. Sell the shit out of it. Be awesome at it.
Yeah.
Just have that one table and just crush it.
You go by earlier in the day and take a picture of the menu outside.
Yeah, and study the shit.
And really learn it.
Learn the special.
Go online, be like, what usually is the special?
And,
like, okay. Or like, they've had this on the menu for a week. I guarantee you this is going to be a special tonight because they're trying to push it. Like, you really
just go hard.
And then that's what you do with it.
You take one table and then leave.
Yeah.
So no one knows but you and the table you waited on.
Yeah.
It's a good personal bit,
No, yeah, well, because that's what I was saying. Like, and there is, it's victimless, but it requires a second person. But that was how I felt about it when you were telling me about the Employee of the Month badge, because the setup is you already know this person's gonna
react. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The Employee of the Month, to make it great, is you got to have somebody that's going to trigger.
Yeah.
It's like you can't be someone who would be Employee of the Month. Or you can't be working in a situation where no one gives a shit, or everyone's got a great sense of humor where they know it's a joke.
Yeah.
You got to have that one
or
person.
A place where there is Employee of the Month. You know what I'm saying? Because then that becomes like redundant.
It's got to be a perfect storm. Well, no.
Because then the company may think you're like making fun of their Employee of the Month program. Which, I mean, who gives a shit? But
If I'm not getting the award, I'm making fun of it.
yeah, exactly. But it's not. It doesn't count as stolen valor if the award doesn't exist.
If the valor didn't exist in the first place,
yeah,
you know what I
there's
mean?
no valor.
There's no such thing as a Navy sea lion.
Right.
So if I walk around saying I'm a Navy sea lion,
Yeah.
I'm not stealing shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell me I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not a Navy sea lion?
First of all, tell me what that is, and then tell me I'm not one.
Well, Navy SEALs have Hell Week. We have Hell Month.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
There's a
guess if that's what
seal,
they
and then
go
there's
through.
a seal lion.
Yeah.
But you do the math on your own. But you know what I mean? There's no it's really.
Yeah, it's just you're just employee of the month by your own decree.
You know, I just stepped up and made a decision that we needed an employee of the month, and goddamn it, I am that.
And you know what? It really helped with the morale around that place.
Yep, it did.
That's what I'm saying about that kind of bit, where it's just yours, and it's just like you're just like.
Yeah, because that was just.
Oh, yummy, 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 yummy.
Besides the people that I told about it after,
Yeah.
4 people experienced that.
Yeah.
Me, that lady, my manager, and then a person that worked with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Yep.
was the only people that experienced that.
Yeah.
No one else, unless I've told them about it. You know what I mean?
No, but for you, you'll just always be able
Always
to
have
carry
that.
that with you, like,
when-
employee of the month badge.
And see,
I want that back in my life. I think something's going to happen in my life like this.
well, that's one thing.
I'm really tempted. It's hard,
Get
being
on the
a-
internet. You can. You
Yeah.
got a printer. Hell,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we can
be
make
it-
all the stuff we
I
want.
know. That's what. Yeah, really get into forging some
Oh, man.
accolades.
God, that'd be so cool. I'm just thinking about all the cool accolades
There's
I
so
could
many
have.
different accolades.
Like the little jackets you could get made at the embroideries, and just get
Yeah.
like on there. You know, like put your name and Daytona 500 champion.
Imagine
or
if,
something
especially
stupid,
if I lived in a neighborhood where they had like an HOA or something, you could put a sign in your yard like
dude.
"World's greatest HOA's best house,
Yeah.
10 years running,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "But you can't do that."
Yeah.
Well, is this a thing you do? Well, no.
Is
well,
it in the charter?
Yeah.
Is it in the thing I signed?
yeah.
Because if it ain't, I'm doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you lived in the Sandbury neighborhood, you're just like Sandbury's best yard. You put a huge sign
Yeah. Exactly.
pointing down.
Right around with a #1 resident shirt on. It's like that #1 grandpa shirt from
like,
Seinfeld.
You know that sidewalk chalk.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, just do your whole. You know, you get out there and just get your whole thing.
Do
Bubble
the
letters.
whole driveway.
#1 resident or whatever. You know.
Oh, guys, I really hope everybody who's hearing this does this, because this is some good stuff.
Yeah,
And,
no, this is great.
and I'd love to hear about it again. 847-665-9238. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we may have some more stuff to talk about, but I think we were making good headway with the employee training videos in the second half, and I'll tell you why I think that.
Okay.
Because, one, it clearly breaks things up, makes the second half a different experience than the first half.
Yeah.
And also, that's kind of been a bit I've been doing for a long time, because I started doing it during the pandemic. I would just every Saturday do these employee training streams, and it's always been something that's been received really well. And they're growing in popularity because I'm starting to see...
Those things are interesting to people. They're interesting to
Yeah,
us.
of course.
And like, you're not a restaurant person.
No.
And it's still interesting to you. Just like I never worked at a factory, but if
Yeah.
you watch one at a factory, it's like cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything that we can talk about it in the second
Well,
half.
yeah, but everybody who's ever had a job
has seen
has had to have some sort of training, so it's easy to put yourself in the position of being like, okay, it's my first day working for this company. I'm sitting in a room with a bunch of other people, and they're like, here's this video that tells you about what it's like to work here. There's a ghost in the TV. You know what I'm saying?
It's super creepy.
But yeah, we'll do something like that on the other side, or it'll be something completely different. And enjoy whatever the hell this is at the break, and we'll be right back.
Mastering skills in every lane. No more puzzles to strain your brain. Your brain. We're training with thriving, taking flight. Building knowledge, making it right. Ready to shine in every quest.
back. Welcome back to the second half. We're back for the second half of this episode, and I am out of breath. All right, well, we're here for the second half, and as promised, I think we're going to delve into some employee training. I just think it's a good idea, and this one is good, too, because this is a three-parter. This is one that I don't think that I ever streamed in its entirety before. It is one I've watched a few times.
Okay, this is one that one of our regular listeners, who's also texted us before, may have some insight, may actually interact with the hotline.
Yeah.
Because he worked for this company for 10 years.
Yeah, so this is a training video from the Publix Corporation. It is also from like the 70s or 80s. Ooh. It's a little older than most of our employees.
He may not have seen this.
No, and it's a little older than most of our employees. Put that down. It's more...
These things are dangerous.
Sorry, I was sitting on that too. I was waiting for you to pick it back up.
You knew I would.
I know. I would have too if it was sitting by me. I'd have been over here, and all of a sudden I'd be like, "Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. What were we saying?
Are we doing fried chicken again?
You got a dart in your neck. You're crazy.
I like you, but you're crazy.
But this was Publix though, and it's interesting though because Publix being like a Florida-based company, they felt the need to make this 3-part training video entirely guided towards helping employees at Publix
deal with
the elderly. Yeah,
and Publix actually went out and hired Phyllis Gilbert and Don Newby to be in this.
Yeah,
Phyllis Gilbert. And the one and only Don the Man Newby.
I think that's Wheel of Fortune. I don't know.
That's perfect.
It works though. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, with much further ado though, we'll get into this. But this is it's a 3-parter too, so it buys us a few views. You know what I mean? We'll explore this maybe next week. Check out part 2.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's going to be some discussions.
Yeah, we'll spend the second part of the next few episodes, and in time we will all learn together how to best deal with the elderly whilst working for Publix.
There you go.
And I think that's about as good an intro as I can give it.
And I mean, and all of us might, the way the retirement system's going, we might all end up being elderly working for Publix.
Yeah, that's dark, but
I mean,
yeah, we're not here to lie to you.
Yeah, away she goes, boys. You got the VLTs.
I got about $60. It's $3.20 sitting there. Away she goes, boys. Spent all our liquor money.
Fucking Randy's gone. It's so dirty. A cheeseburger. Oh, wow. This is old.
Yeah. It's hard to deal with the sound, too, though, because the music is really quiet, but them jostling those plates is... Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of give you the real experience of being at the old people's house.
Yeah.
It's a light music and a heavy jostle.
Yeah. This is also interesting, too, because it was clearly shot on like a proper sound stage.
Yeah, for sure. They got the great lighting. Yeah. She's looking real natural here, though.
Yeah. There are not windows behind those curtains, though.
No.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Don Newby, and I already forgot the other
Dinner
person.
was delicious, Gladys. You know something? After 40 years, you're still the best cook I know.
Why, thank you, dear.
And that roast was sure tender and tasty. Where did you get it? Is that the one you got at Publix today?
Yes. Joe picked it out for me. Said it was the best one he had.
Joe?
The meat manager.
Oh.
He's so nice. A lot of times.
Oh, yeah. He stopped wiping that glass like it's about to get dirty again.
Don thought it was his actual wife.
Not
Y'all
everybody.
got too real.
Hey,
Ethel,
you
what's going
remember
on?
that cute little cashier, the one who cashed my Social Security check for me?
I guess so.
Well, you know, when she asked me how I wanted it, I told her in money.
We cannot just wash past the dialogue in this.
No.
It's like it's written too. Like it's somebody who wrote this was like, this is my ticket to
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
TV.
All of the family's calling.
Yeah.
They're calling.
they're
gonna see this public training
yeah.
video and be like, he needs to be at the big time.
Yeah, this is
Sanford and Son. He'll be right for Sanford and Son next month.
yeah, in no time. This is a great performance. He's like, remember that cute cashier? There's already the weird undercurrent to tell the employees that these old horny people are going to be
at them, right?
bothering you about
Well, because
things.
she said Joe, and he was like, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, the meat manager. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's
which I still
managing
was like,
some meat.
yeah, I was still like, that's not helping. You're calling him that.
You gave me the best roast in town.
There we go. Hold on. That was a great joke, though, in money, and that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, she thought I was funny.
I'm glad somebody thinks you're funny.
Damn, Gladys.
Yeah, she's hard on
Hand
him.
me the dishes over there, will you please, so I can wash those?
Sure. Well, you used to think I was real funny.
That's not true.
Never.
I never loved you.
You know, my
That
eyes
would
on
be
this
great if
business.
it just
Drop
dissipated
that
into
in
Does
that.
that look clean to you?
Just starts
No,
devolving.
you better
Yeah,
wash it again.
When the customers come in with
Sometimes
black
I think
eyes
they have a
and
hard
open
time
wounds,
looking
try
at
not
the
to say
tags on
anything.
the
Yeah,
lower
don't bring it
shelves
up.
of
Old
the
people
store.
fight.
Yeah.
But every time I've asked one of those young people to help me, they've never said that they're too busy or acted upset with me for asking. I guess they understand we're getting older and need a little extra help.
Yeah, well, like today, when I was looking for the bird seed and I couldn't find it, I asked a stock boy what aisle it was on. And instead of pointing out which aisle it was on, he showed me where it was. Now, I appreciate that.
Some of this, too, though, is not necessarily about helping the elderly. It's about preparing yourself for the entitled. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and also, some of the stuff, Publix still does that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you, that annoys me, point. Give me I can read.
Yeah.
When I say, where is Scotch tape?
Yeah. Say aisle 7
12.
or whatever.
Say 12.
Yeah.
You don't even have anything else. What I don't want is some redact walking me to aisle 12.
Right.
There's the Scotch tape.
Yeah. Okay. And what if there was something in between here and there? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Timmy, what if I needed a fart? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've walked it. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Sorry, Timmy.
Where does this bowl go, Gladys?
Oh, right down there, dear.
Okay.
Sometimes I think Publix goes out of its way to satisfy customers like you and me. Today, when I asked the boy in produce if he had any smaller packages of squash,
Using that word a lot.
you know what he did?
He went over and
Well,
picked out some
this is the
smaller
70s.
squash.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
people talk.
He took the package I had in my hand, picked out the best ones, and wrapped those up for me.
But, my mom
He
still
must
talks
have
like
liked you.
Yeah. Let's.
I don't
we're
imagine they do
broadcasting
that.
here.
Anybody.
I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm saying
For
this is
anyone who asked. I ran into Sally in the bakery and told her about it, and she said they do it for her all the time. Betsy said so too.
Oh, did you remember to get my seedless rye bread, Gladys?
Yes, dear. And I had the bakery girl slice it thin just the way you like it. It's a good thing she asked me if I'd like something else. Otherwise, I'd have forgotten the rolls we had for dinner.
Well, I'm sure glad you didn't. Oh, but I like those girls that pass out the free samples. There was a sweet deli
He's
girl
perving
today
up.
Yeah,
giving
oh.
out samples of sausage, and boy, was it good.
There is like all of these up to a certain point.
You
There's
have a creepiness to them, right?
Yeah, I think too. Some of it's subconsciously.
Are we
like-
looking for it? Is that what it is?
No, I don't think. No, I don't think that's on
No?
us at all. I think in some respects, the people who produce employee training videos are just subconsciously letting young women know
What's
that
going on?
people
Yeah.
when they come in here are going to be creepy, and you better not defend yourself or say
Get outta
anything to
here.
them about
Yeah.
it. You know, you gotta put up with that.
Just know.
I
that-
didn't
yeah.
get a sample.
Well, that's all right. I ate yours too, and decided you wouldn't mind if we got some to try.
I didn't think I remembered picking up sausage. Oops.
I bet you've forgotten more sausages than you've had, lady.
Yeah, in so many respects.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
pretty old.
And I will say too, this is not entirely out of the realm of reality because people do. If you got nothing going on, that trip to the grocery store,
Bro, this is not a conversation that I've not had.
yeah, that
You
trip
know
to
what
the
I mean?
grocery store becomes a long. Like you were at the grocery store for an hour, and it's 4 hours worth of conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because there's things going on in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And there's something about an older lady that
I'll get it, Gladys.
it
might
takes her
slip and
4
hurt
times as
yourself.
long to tell the story of what.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I'm afraid we're going to have to replace this floor before very long. It's getting to look awfully yellow and worn. I wonder how long it's been down here.
Oh, thank you, dear. You're so sweet.
Hey, when are we going to have our cake and ice cream?
I thought we'd have it while we're watching TV later.
Sure does look good. Hey, did you make that from scratch?
That was funny.
No, it's a mix. I almost didn't buy it because I couldn't reach it. But then this nice young boy came by
I'm going
and
to be
got
honest
it
with
for
you.
me.
They're really good
He
about
seemed to be in a
subtly
hurry,
putting these
but-
things in.
No, the transitions.
No.
No, these two. We're gonna have to look them up before we wrap things up because I
They're
am gonna be
legit,
curious
yeah.
what their credits look like. We'll probably be surprised because they're nailing it, especially considering this is a Publix training
from
video.
the 70s.
Yeah.
They still took the time to help me. Now that's what I call nice.
See, to me, Publix is the Chick-fil-A of that.
Yeah.
The grocery store.
Although that is funny because if you live somewhere outside of Florida and you have a Publix, it's always very nice. But there's Publix in Florida that are
crap.
completely just garbage. Yeah.
He even looked a little bit like our grandson Timmy.
Oh, Gladys, you think every boy looks like Timmy.
Well, he did. You remember, he's the one who
That's what I'm
unloaded
talking
our cart when we went to check out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess he did look a little like Tim.
He certainly was a nice young man. He practically had all our groceries unloaded before you could get around to help
And I
him.
think they're literally washing
And
those
he
dishes.
even asked
They seem to
maybe
be.
you should pack the bags a little lighter for
It seems to be a lot of dishes for 2 people, but
Yeah.
and it seems to be going on for quite a while.
Yeah.
Well, he did a good job
It's
with
like a
bagging our
bottomless sink.
groceries. Oh, but that cashier sure was a honey.
See,
Again,
again with this guy.
Gare Bear coming
This
through.
guy has a one-track mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was a honey.
when you mentioned the fact that you'd forgotten the mayonnaise, why, she sent that bag boy after it before you could make me go get it.
She was
And then I made a really inappropriate joke about mayonnaise.
nice.
To the babe.
Even when I asked her if she was sure she hadn't rung up my eggs twice. Or I couldn't find my coupons because they were in your pocket.
Well, you didn't notice them.
Luckily, the cashier noticed them. She was still friendly and patient, even after all that.
Yeah. Well, it really didn't take us that long to check out today. That bag boy had our groceries all packed and was waiting to take them out for us.
And here you thought you were going to have to take them out.
Well, I offered to, didn't I? But then he said that was part of his job. I did enjoy going grocery shopping with you today, Gladys. Maybe I'll start going with you more often.
Dude, I'm becoming hypnotized now that you've pointed it out to me by this dishwashing process.
Yeah, dude.
The assembly line of them washing these dishes is
And
just
they
become-
have not skipped a beat.
no,
bro.
and they're hitting their lines.
It's like they're in their kitchen
the dishwashing.
and they just prepared a feast. I feel
Yeah,
like.
well, they're waiting for cake and ice cream.
That would be nice, Henry. I really like shopping at Publix. All the employees are so considerate.
Well, I wish there were more places that were as considerate and helpful as Publix is towards us old people.
Henry, you're not that old.
Yeah, that's what all the young girls keep
Oh, Henry.
I mean, he doesn't miss an opportunity.
He doesn't.
I'm also, this dishwashing thing is like really gotten to me here. It's really become something I'm focused in on. Why is she washing dishes in a tub in the sink?
Because it's not an actual sink. They needed the water sound.
Ah, yeah, good call. Although I feel like
But
that
I
may
think
have-
she's dumped that into a bucket at this point. Like there's a bucket under there.
there's something because she definitely has like That feels oddly familiar to me, that you would put something in the sink to put the dishes in, maybe. Because you couldn't just... That must be a thing. Because how are you just going to put it in there? And then she's like manipulating it still. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a thing that older people did, was wash their dishes in a tub inside of the sink.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I feel you. Practically, for the set or whatever,
probably
they just put water in it.
They're probably not banking on all these 15-year-old kids who are trying to be bag boys at Publix paying attention.
Noticing that. Yeah.
Like, excuse me, wait. I'm fine with this, but where the hell did you get all those damn dishes from? Is that a bin in the sink?
In the sink.
What's going on?
Why doesn't that sink hold water?
And why is he so obsessed with how everybody's looking? I don't know.
What is up with this guy? And is he allowed in our store?
Yeah, and why are all the bag boys of a certain...
Yeah, what's going on?
Why are the cashiers hot and the bag boys are...
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. This being the number one, what's up with that tub inside the sink?
You old coot.
Well, you about ready to go watch television?
You go ahead. I'll be in a minute.
Okay.
I mean, it's perfect acting to this point.
Yeah, she's going through all the steps here.
Yep. All right, we're putting the...
And I mean, she's 70 if she's a day.
Yeah.
It really is the little things that count at Publix.
Gladys, program starting.
I'm coming, dear.
Well, Gladys and Henry seem to have enjoyed their shopping trip at Publix. And as Gladys says, it's the little things that make a big difference.
I just noticed...
Why does he take the glasses off?
To make sure that he knows you're looking at him, I guess.
But what? He wasn't reading something like, what do you... Okay, anyway.
You know how smooth that turn is.
That was pretty tight.
It was pretty smooth. I don't want to take anything from the guy. But I did just notice that when it comes back up, it's like sort of like a Rod Serling Twilight Zone situation where he's
there
in
he's
the
in
kitchen.
The scene,
yeah. Hit them glasses.
Well, Gladys and Henry seem to have enjoyed their shopping trip at Publix.
No questions. He's not taking questions at this point.
It's the little things that make a big difference. You know, the older customer is very important to our business. And fortunately for us, every year more and more people retire and come to Florida. You know, we've
This is
built
good
our
business.
on good customer
Smart.
service.
I mean,
yeah.
It's the outstanding characteristic.
To focus on this with your employees, pretty wise.
well, yeah, because there's parts of Florida where probably 80% of the traffic is retirees or their caretakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
It makes us different from all the rest. And that's what this program is about, providing good customer service for the older customer. And that may mean doing a little extra, like helping them find an item, or bagging their order a little lighter, or maybe just being a little more patient. Dealing with the older customer is not all that different, but they do have some special needs.
Especially when you're getting perved on.
Yeah. His special need is he needs hotties giving out sausage samples.
Yeah,
and he
when
needs smoke shows ringing him up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take a look at some of them.
Okay, we're going to get into special needs here. We have time to check out the special needs.
I want to see special needs.
Yeah,
please.
No, it really is. This whole video is full of cliffhangers.
But you know what's crazy to me about this video is it's really ringing true the quality behind a good Publix. In the 70s, they put this production quality. They went out and hired 2 great actors.
Yep.
You know, someone wrote this. Someone wrote this like it's, yeah.
No, it was.
They care. You know, Publix cares.
They weren't. They're not burying the lead on who their customers are, what they're expecting you to do. Especially if you're a young cashier and that guy comes in.
Yeah, you just go, hey.
Especially the older person. That's why good customer service begins with noticing the customer. Even though we're busy, we can always take time to look at them, to smile, and to acknowledge their presence. And learn as many names as you can. You know, when you call someone by name, it really makes them feel special. Keep in mind, too, that some of your older customers may be hard of hearing. Here are some things that we can do that'll help.
This guy, these two crushed that guy.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
This
These-
guy can't follow them.
Nah, but they're about to crush him on
Yeah.
this.
Oh no.
They're in the wild.
We're in the store.
Yeah.
This gets.
Yeah, we're in the wild here.
How
are you?
This gets good.
Yes, fine. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
May I cash that,
When you
please?
talk to them,
How would you like
face them directly.
In
They
money?
may read your lips or your facial
Had to
expressions
drop that one
to
again.
help them understand what you're
don't tell me
saying.
you've been cooped up in this place
Pronounce
all
your
day
words
long. Boy,
clearly.
it's so nice.
See, this is what's interesting too about this video that I forgot is that the first act is foreshadowing. So everything they talked about in the first
They're
act,
going to show the interaction.
we're gonna see now. It's like a fucking Tarantino training video.
It's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction at Publix.
And use shorter sentences.
Oh, man.
Try to
That's what I
speak a
love
little
about Florida.
slower, allowing them to absorb what you say. And by noticing their facial expressions, you can usually tell whether or not they understand what you're saying. Sometimes facial expressions can reveal more about what the person is feeling than what they actually say.
Thank you very much, dear.
Have a nice evening.
I sure will. And you too. Okay?
The walk off there is a bit
Good
strange.
communication is important
Okay.
with any job, but it's essential in good customer service. That's why we should always keep these things in mind.
Oh, I forgot too, and everyone stay tuned at the end of this episode. I forgot at one point I made like this weird be right back thing for my streams. It's like this trippy cut of this video. I forgot all about it. It's got like music and weird stuff going on.
Maybe that can be
Yeah,
on the
that'll
break.
yeah.
Or something.
Something.
Yeah.
I'll find. Oh, I'll find somewhere for it.
When we're dealing with the older customer, we all need help finding an item from time to time. This can be especially frustrating for the older customer. Here are some things that we can do to help. Be on the lookout for the customer who seems to be looking for something.
I'm trying to think. This is probably
They may
what,
look
early
puzzled
80s
or
actually?
confused.
Maybe. Yeah.
Instead of
It
waiting
was produced
for
in
them to come
Florida,
to
so
you,
it may seem.
ask if you can
My
help
guess
them
is
find something.
70s, but yeah, it could
They'll
easily be
appreciate the
early
fact
80s.
that you notice them and want to help. And rather than simply telling them where an item can be found,
Here's the birdseed.
take
you
your
go.
time
See?
to show them where it is.
Oh, well, thank you
For the
very
older
much.
customer,
You're welcome.
this
I
can mean a
appreciate
lot,
that. Nice
just
day,
as
sir.
it
Thank you,
did
sir.
for Henry.
This does actually remind me of the first time I went to a fancy Publix because I had been shopping at a particularly janky Kroger for so long.
Yeah.
And I had went in the grocery store to get a few things and ended up getting like more stuff. But, especially at the age I was then, like I wouldn't get a basket. I wouldn't get a cart. It was just like whatever I could carry in my
Yeah.
hands. And I was carrying stuff and like a dude came out of nowhere, like swooped in and was like, "Oh, here, I got you this cart." And I was like, initially, I was like, "Get away from me, man!" I'm
you're
used
not
to
used to
shopping at that Kroger. Get away from me!
I'm paying for all of this.
Yeah. But I do remember the guy being like insanely nice and I'm being like, "Oh, it is the little things that matter at Publix."
They take care of their employees, comparatively speaking, to other people
would-
in that industry. They pay them better. They do stock options and whatnot.
You know what they don't have at any Publix around me is self-checkout, which is, I hate self-checkout more than anything in the universe, and I'm so glad that they don't have a little thing where when I get off work, they're like, "Thanks for coming to also pay to work at the grocery
Yeah,
store."
yeah.
Also, when helping them locate an item, if it's on the top,
Isn't it funny how it
or the
doesn't look that
bottom
much
shelf,
different than a
it may be
2024
hard for
Publix?
them
I
to
mean, I
read.
guess how much innovation are you
so
doing
do a
with
little
shelves?
extra.
Yeah, and signs.
Hand the item to them.
But even the packaging of the stuff is not, it's just different colors pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh, this guy
Helping
though.
the
Hold
older
on.
customer
We gotta
find-
take a
hand
look
the
at this
item
guy.
to them.
I want you to watch the pride in his walk.
Oh.
This guy in the sunglasses keeps popping up. He's actually like a bit of a creepy fixture in the video.
Well, why has he got the sunglasses on?
And the sunglasses on. He walks like Walton Goggins doing a character. Like, watch this guy. And I don't know why he has sunglasses
Also,
on
when
either.
helping
Look at
them
how
locate an
wide
item,
his arms are
if
here.
it's
Yeah.
on the top or the bottom
He comes
shelf,
strutting in
it may be
there.
hard
That's a
for them to
strut.
read.
Yeah. He's got on his
So do a
nicest
little
dress shoes.
extra.
Yep.
Hand the item to them.
Sunglasses inside. Watch this. I nailed that.
Yeah. I
Helping
killed it.
the older customer find an item goes a long way to providing them with good customer service. Little things like these are really appreciated.
Oh, there he throws his glasses on. Okay.
Glasses question, but problems with vision.
Yeah,
You know,
here we go.
he took the glasses off previously just to let you know he wasn't playing with you.
Yeah, they're coming.
But
But now he's like, I need them.
I got to read this.
I'm older.
I have trouble reading something. Frustrating, isn't it? Many of our older customers don't see as well as they used to. We need to be aware of this and do what we can to help. For example,
Here he comes.
they
Yep,
may
see,
have
there he is.
trouble reading the shelf
Sorry,
tag
my headphones were
or
like
the
squishing my
price of an
head.
item.
How much is that?
So taking the time
might be
to
wearing a
help
cowboy
them
boot,
and make
bro.
their
That might be a
shopping
cowboy
much
boot.
more
That's a
pleasant.
boot of some kind.
Yeah.
Also, they may not see boxes or
You got on
trash
cowboy
the floor.
boots, slacks, shades
So if you're
inside.
stocking
Yeah.
the shelf,
Are you Patrick
be
Swayze?
sure to
That's
keep
a
boxes
hell of a
or trash
quaff,
off
too.
the
Yeah,
floor.
are
And
you
there
the
he is.
Swayze?
He's off.
Should you be a
Of course,
bouncer at the
water
roadhouse?
is
Like, what's
spilled
going
on the
on?
floor is a
Should you be
special
jumping out of
hazard.
planes and robbing banks? Like, what's
Remember,
going
when
on?
you see something like this,
There is a
If you don't
beach
have what you
in
need to clean
Florida,
it up.
probably near.
Yeah.
You could be
Send a
Point
bank.
Breaking it
Yeah.
out there, planning a
Well,
bank
you
robbery.
stay
Johnny
right
Utah to
there.
come out. We're good.
slips and falls.
In the
are
interim,
always
he's Employee of the Month at this Publix.
Wearing the pin, baby.
serious.
Wearing the
But
those
when you're
glasses
a
were his
customer,
gift.
A bad fall can be tragic.
You only get to wear glasses inside.
you're the employee of the
You can
month.
wear
There may be other
sunglasses
times when
if
the
you're
older
Employee of the Month.
customer has a problem with their vision. A cashier may have to help them write a check or distinguish between different denominations of bills. So keep in mind, the older customer may have poor eyesight. They may have special needs where their vision is concerned. And it may take doing a little extra to take care of those needs.
That's creepy. That had undertones.
You know, for many older people, their trip to Publix may be a special occasion they look forward to. It's a chance to get out of the house and be with other people. And they may want to visit with you. And that's fine.
What's the matter? You don't talk
But it
too
may
much.
cause you a problem. Here are some things that you can do to keep from getting tied up in a long conversation and still be friendly. Acknowledge the person with a friendly greeting, calling them by name if possible. Try to stay in control of the conversation by using statements instead of questions.
See, now that's actually insanely good advice.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get your employees dragged down into a story about the last time they were at Publix.
Of course.
For
They know what they're
example,
doing.
This is actually insanely high quality and well thought out.
No, Publix they know what they're doing.
something like, "You look nice today," instead of, "How are you today?"
Literally being like, don't ask them how they're doing,
Yeah.
or you're going to the Thunderdome. You're
exactly.
answering questions. It's some good stuff.
Keep the conversation light and try to ask questions that can be answered by a simple yes or no. And finally, end the conversation with a compliment or a pleasant comment. This lets them know that we're interested in them and what they have to say. Talking to people is an important part of customer service, and it's nice to visit when you have the time. But when you're busy, remember there may be other people who need your help. We can be businesslike and still be pleasant and friendly. Front service is an important part of our business. It's especially important to the older customer. Sometimes they need a little extra help with their order. Let's look at some things that we can do. First, greet the customer and let them know that we'll take special care with their order.
Here he is.
Sometimes a friendly smile
Oh, he comes back.
and a hello.
He never
can
stopped.
express this.
He's the guy, yeah.
He's like the M. Night Shyamalan character of this training
he's
video.
just always
he's
there.
just constantly around, sunglasses guy.
Help them unload their shopping cart. This can be a big help to them, especially if they have a large order. And if the customer forgets an item, offer to get it for them.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, so I mean that's we're deep into it now, and we should all be feeling better versed. We can.
Yeah.
There's another 6 minutes of it, but I think we can save it for the next
Yeah, I think we can
go
save it for
around.
the next.
I know you all saw him on his phone ignoring the podcast earlier. I just want to admonish him for that now.
No, sorry.
You're no longer employee of the month.
It's not the first time I've been kicked out of employee of the month.
Turn in that badge you bought.
Don't worry, I have more in the car.
That employee of the month thing. Yeah, boy, there's a lot of callbacks there. I was like, I'm getting in with that. I'm getting in with that. But yeah, I think we've done enough damage here, and I've enjoyed myself.
No, I think it was a good one.
I feel much more knowledgeable about
I feel like Publix has been doing it right since the beginning. It seems like.
Dude, this is very early, and again, that's what I mentioned at the beginning. There's a very specific route they take in their training because they're Florida based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is like clearly the heyday starts to be when people start retiring to Florida in mass.
Yeah.
So pretty ingenious. But other than that, don't forget 847-665-9238. If you don't like the training videos, why don't you call there and we'll
give us
talk
some
to
content.
you.
847-665-9238.
Questions, whatever you got. Thanks again for listening and watching, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Check you later.
Dinner was delicious, Gladys. You know something? After 40 years, you're still the best cook I know.
Why, thank you, dear.
And that roast was sure tender and tasty. Where did you get it? Is that the one you got at Publix today?
Yes. Joe picked it out for me. Said it was the best one he had.
Joe?
The meat manager.
Oh,
He's so nice. A lot of times he even gives me helpful cooking tips.
yeah? Well, everyone did seem friendly. But then that's probably because you know everybody that works there.
Not everybody.
Hey, you remember that cute little cashier? The one who cashed my Social Security check for me?
I guess so.
Well, you know, when she asked me how I wanted it, I told her in money. Well, she thought I was funny.
I'm glad somebody thinks you're funny. Hand me the dishes over there, will you please, so I can wash those?
Sure. Well, you used to think I was real funny.
How are you?
Just fine. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
May I cash?